Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner video this week. My name is Casey. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to become part of our family. And if you are returning, welcome back. So on this night, we just had chicken Alfredo. And first I'm just gonna get the pasta cooking. This net pasta is the only angel hair pasta that my store had at the time because they were out of everything. So I picked that up. And I'm just gonna put 5 of these little nests in here. And this did make enough for us to have plenty of dinner that night. And then I used it for lunch the next day as well. And I've just got some pink Himalayan salt in the water. Trying really hard here to be careful and not touch my pan with these tongs because they're metal, and these are my brand new pans that I just recently got to open, but I did get them for Christmas. They are Pioneer Woman. I have to get some silicone tongs. I don't have any. My son wanted to cut the bread for the butter toast that we're going to eat with dinner, and he scared me to death the entire time he was cutting this bread because he kept putting his left thumb right in the way of the bottom of the knife. He ended up just eating a piece too, and then he cut him another piece to eat. If it was up to him, he would eat that entire loaf of bread for dinner and not even eat anything else. So here I'm just going to get the Alfredo sauce mixed into the pasta. And then if you're not new here, you know that my daughter does not eat meat. So I will be taking hers out and putting it in the microwave. And then I'm going to get the chicken started. I'm just going to use one of these chicken breasts. I ended up putting the other one in the refrigerator, and I used it the next day to add to the leftover pasta that we had with the Alfredo sauce in it. When the bread got done toasted, I just put some butter on the top of it, and then I'm just gonna plate our pasta and then put the chicken on top of it. That's the way my son likes to eat it, so I don't mix it all up. Also, that way I can put it up and also still use it for my daughter so that it doesn't have the meat mixed into the pasta. This is my son's plate, and then I'm just gonna get my bowl ready, and that will be dinner for this night. So tonight for dinner, I got these 2 little cute Pioneer Woman Dutch ovens. They are like single serving size. So I wanted to make some pot pies, but I used the Alfredo that I had left from the night before for my son's dinner. So I wanted to make something that my daughter could actually eat too. So I'm gonna make them, I tried to make them, thought I was making them vegan, But when I looked at the cream of celery and the biscuits that I used, I saw that they did contain traces of milk, so it ends up being vegetarian, but that's still okay because she just doesn't eat meat. So here I'm gonna put a can of cream of celery. I put just like a little fourth of can of water to get out what I could that was left in the can. And then to this, I'm gonna add frozen peas and carrots. I did wanna warm them up a little bit just so they would be easier to mix. And then to that, I've got some, I think 3 medium-sized russet potatoes in the back boiling. When those get done, I'll be draining those and adding them to it. And then a can of corn that I also drained. And I put some garlic salt and onion powder. I don't end up adding salt until the end after I tasted it to make sure that it did have enough salt from the garlic salt. And I did salt the potatoes as well. So I'm just gonna get all this mixed up together, and I'll be putting it in the little Dutch ovens, half in each, of course. And then I'm gonna pat out 2 biscuits to fit over the top of the mixture in the little ovens, and then I'm gonna cook it for about 25 minutes on 350, and then I'll take the tops off and brown the biscuits a little bit to finish. The biscuits were really nice and crispy, and this was really, really good. I do suggest trying it. All right, and on Saturday we had some taco soup, and this will be my first time using my new Instapot, so I was excited about that. Of course, I've used one in the past, but this is my new one, and it's the first time using it. So I'm just gonna put it on the saute setting and ground my beef first. And then I will add the chopped up onion after I drain the beef. When all of that is done, I'll be adding a can of whole kernel corn that I do not drain, a can of tomatoes, whatever you choose, Rotel or regular. And then I'll add a can of water from the tomatoes. And then I'm gonna add a can of pinto beans and a packet of taco seasoning. Cook this on the bean and chili setting on the Instapot. I think it was like 30 minutes, and then I did a quick release. So when it was done, I did taste it and ended up adding more garlic salt to it. And then I'm just gonna get it put in a bowl and add some of this shredded Mexican style cheese and some tortilla chips on the side. This is always one of our favorites. We love it. And it's very good if you're in a hurry or don't have much to put together into a recipe. It's really quick and doesn't take but a few things to make it. And for the next couple of nights, I made a steak on rice dinner and a homemade fried rice dinner that I always make. This has been a very busy week with us moving and everything. So I will have the links to these recipe videos in the description box below, and also the video of my cousin turning his garage into our apartment.